Long ago, when the world was new, there lived a man named Noah. Noah lived in peace and happiness with his family. God saw this and was pleased. God also saw that other people on the earth were selfish and cruel to each other. God said to Noah, "I'm going to flood the earth and destroy every living thing on it, except for you and your family, and 2 of each kind of animal. It will rain for 40 days and 40 nights. To save yourselves, you must build an ark. Build it 3 stories high with many rooms. Make it waterproof with pitch. Stock plenty of food for all those aboard." When they had finished the ark, Noah and his sons and their wives searched for 2 of every kind of animal, every beast that walked and every bird that flew, every snake that crawled, toad that hopped, and lizard that crept. Sometimes it was almost an impossible task. All the animals were put in pens beside the ark. Noah's pasture looked like a zoo, but it was bigger than any zoo you have ever seen. Noah and his family also gathered enough food for many months. Hay for the horses and grain for the cattle and meat for the lions and tigers. There was even a pile of carrots for the rabbits and plenty of sweet clover for the honeybees. Then in marched the animals 2 by 2, the long-necked giraffe and the kangaroo, the walrus and the wallaby too, up the ramp 2 by 2. Up the ramp flipped 2 slippery seals, and after them came electric eels, badger and beaver, bear and gnu, up the ramp 2 by 2. And when all the animals, Noah and his wife and his sons and their wives, were safely inside, the door of the ark was shut tight, and God sealed them in. It began to rain, and oh, how it rained! The wind howled, the thunder roared, the lightning flashed in jagged streaks across the sky. The ark began to float in the rising water. After a while, the mountain peaks disappeared from sight. All life was destroyed except for Noah's family and the animals on the ark. The animals grew uneasy. The wolves howled, and the horses whinnied, and the tiny field mice squeaked with fear. Even the great striped tigers crouched in a corner and meowed like little kittens. They didn't move or eat or even twitch their tails. Instead, they trembled. Noah's sons and their wives also grew restless. But Noah was calm. He did not doubt God's work. And suddenly, just as God had said it would, after 40 days and 40 nights, the rain stopped. Then God caused the sun to shine and a warm wind to blow. Little by little, the water went down. One day, the ship lurched and bumped against the top of a mountain. Noah sent a dove from the ship. The dove flew about, but there was no place to land. It soon came back to the ark. Noah waited a week. Then he let the dove go again. This time, it came back with an olive branch in its beak. That meant that the water was below the treetops. The 3rd time Noah sent the dove from the ark, it did not return at all, for the land was at last dry, and the dove could find food and shelter. God commanded Noah to leave the ark with his family and the animals and begin life again on the earth. Oh, the great joy of being free! The horses pranced, the kangaroos leaped, the penguins flapped their wings and waddled faster. Even the heavy hippos kicked up their heels as they paraded down the ramp onto dry land. Under the arch of a rainbow, the antelopes and mountain goats bounded to the high hills. The bears ambled into the woods. The lions and leopards raced to make their new homes on the plains and in the jungle. The cattle, horses, sheep, and all the other tame animals stayed close to Noah because he needed them. The first thing Noah did was to build an altar where he and his family thanked God for saving them from the flood.